Easter Grant.
Hey, Autumn Athletes, Larry Sorensen here, and today I'm going to connect with Easter Grant, find out what makes her an Autumn Athlete that's not done yet. Before we get started, please remember, if you enjoy our content, smash that subscribe button and support the channel. We'd appreciate it. Okay, Easter, thanks so much for joining us today. Why don't you start us off with a brief introduction of yourself?
I'm Easter Grant. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, and I moved to Birmingham, Alabama. And from there, I'm currently in the Huntsville area. I'm a software developer, and I sprint, predominantly short sprints in Masters Track and Field.
Great to meet you. Why don't you fill us in a little bit on your fitness background?
I was a certified personal trainer, but of course, I like to do more sports stuff at this point. I've been a track coach, speed coach, and as far as me, I currently, of course, I mentioned I was on the Masters Track circuit, and I mainly specialize in short sprints. And a few of the things I've done in short sprint is I probably picked up a few American records recently in 100 meter women's 40, recently the 200 meter indoor AR. And I think I may have 60 AR. I had an American record time in that one as well. As far as awards, I have multiple WMA awards as recent as 2023. And I have a silver medal in the 60 meter and from women's 35. I was in women's 35 when I went to Poland last year. And I also have a gold medal in the 4x200 meter relay. So yeah, I have a few world medals, a few national titles. And
did you do anything like when you were younger, any other sports?
I tried to do basketball, but yeah, I kind of sucked at basketball. So here I am doing track.
All right. So since we were talking a little bit about some of those accomplishments, I believe you just had a big accomplishment with a relay team just recently. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
We broke the women 35 world record.
Which relay?
It was the 4x200 meter. We did that in Chicago like a few weeks ago. And that one is really, I guess I'll say special because I was on a team of pretty much new people into track, to actually master track.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of like the veteran on that team and among the new faces. So it was pretty cool.
You also got another title at Nationals a couple of weeks ago, right? Which event was that in?
Okay, I got a national championship in 200 meter, and I got a national championship in the 60 meter, and I think I broke an AR in that.
You know, you've been successful. Have you had any setbacks along the way? Any physical issues or anything that you've had to overcome?
As far as major setbacks, thank goodness I've never had a major setback where I had to like literally just sit out for a few months or weeks. But I have, and of course it probably comes with age. I have a little tendonitis in my Achilles area, and that's probably about it. I had probably had a little knee pains and a few lower back pains, but with age, you're gonna have a few aches. But fortunately, not enough that I have to just sit out for a few months, opposed to just, hey, I just need to sit out a few weeks or a few days.
Well, that's good. Okay, so you've had some great success recently. What is on the horizon for you? What are your pending events, pending meets that you are training for going forward right now?
I feel like, outdoor season, this seems like it's going to be a long one. And honestly, I'm in the midst of still figuring out my own schedule, but I know my main meet that I would like to attend if I'm still good and running strong and healthy, it will be in Sweden. The World Masters Championships in Sweden.
Fill us in on your training regimen, both on the track and whatever you do for cross training, in the weight room or whatever other things that you do to get yourself fit.
Basically, my motto is work smarter, not harder. And also it's about quality, not quantity with me. So I would say at the most, I'm probably at the track like 3 times a week. If I could get in an extra day, that's fine. But I feel like at minimum, I'm probably at the track 3 times a week. And I'm in the gym when I'm in the on season. When I'm in season, I'm probably in the gym 2 times a week, opposed to when I'm in off season doing 3 ground 3 to 4 times a week.
So as a true short sprinter, give us your go-to track workout. What would you do today if you're heading over to the track?
If it's like, if I'm in season, it's 4x150. And say, for instance, if I'm in off season, I'll probably be like the 6x200s. And that tends to be a typical workout for us short sprinters.
And then what kind of time are you shooting at for that 4x150? And what kind of rest are you taking?
Oh, no, okay. You get into the nitty gritty. Okay. Let's see. I guess it depends on the period and the cycle the period I'm in. It can start at, say, if I'm starting them out, it'll probably be like, I don't want to say 75 because I'm not doing that. I'm probably like 90, 85, between that 85 90 range.
Tell us a little bit about how you approach your weight room training.
I do a combination when I try to do the full body, but majority probably will be lower body mixed in with my upper body, like the bench press and military press sometimes and things of that nature. I do quite a bit of squats, but I, like, for example, if I do squats one day, I won't do something like a deadlift because I tend to think the squats that day is probably should be my heaviest lift out of those two. And then the next time I go and do a strength day, I'll do my deadlifts that day. So I like to do things that attack multiple levels. And I feel like those exercises like the squat and the deadlift that can hit way more levels than just your lower level.
Yeah.
So I don't do them both of them on the same day, but I like them.
Do you tend to go heavier with your weights or do you go higher reps, lighter weight, higher reps?
It depends on the season. If I'm in all season, of course you can afford to go heavier because your main goal at that point is to get them strengthened up. Yeah. So you can afford to go heavier. But as you start to ease into that in season, I still tend to lighten the load.
Tell us about your approach to diet and nutrition and then also rest and recovery.
I practically like eat the same stuff. So I kind of, I don't kind of have to measure it or something like that. And I really don't like counting calories like that. And as far as food wise, I don't like to have like that mentality of, hey, it's a good food and a bad food. I feel like they all could fit in. But, of course, the nutrient dense food is going to probably take more priority. But if I want add a cookie or something in there, I'm not going to, keep myself from eating it.
How about rest and recovery?
I try to get 8 hours a night, but in actuality, it don't work out all the time. Sometimes my sleep and lately my sleep has just been all over the place. So I try to do the best that I can. Yeah, that's as far as rest is concerned. Now recovery, if I have a hard day, I try to take a day or two in between before I do another hard sprint day. I don't like to do like my hard sprint days like back to back like that because you gotta give yourself time to rest. So yeah, I try to take like 1 or 2 days in between training.
Do you do any therapeutic type stuff, cold plunges or, rollers or those, leg compression things? Do you do any of that kind of stuff?
Oh man, I like to, now that you bring it up, I like to call myself the queen of rehab tools because I have an arsenal. I have like an air relax. I have like one of those roll recoveries. I have a foam roll. I have a few massage guns, so I just like, okay, what do I feel like using today? Oh, okay. You up next. Let me just use you. So I have a pretty decent arsenal of recovery tools around. So yeah, I have because I just want to keep from getting those injuries.
Yeah.
Anything that I can prevent that can help me prevent getting them. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us, first of all, what's your motivation to keep going and press at this level with all that other stuff going on? And then how do you actually do it? Well, how do you fit it into the schedule?
My motivation is that I like doing the sport. I guess the love I have for the sport, it never really went away. I came back because I was curious if, I could get back to a certain level like I was in the past. And surprisingly, I surpassed the level that I was in the past, which is good, and kind of be like, dang, nabbit, how come I couldn't do what I'm doing now back then? So I guess that's part of my motivation, that the love for the sport never left. And this this avenue was provided for me to try again. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what keeps me motivated.
So how do you fit it all in? How do you do it?
Well, I tend to do most of my workout on the weekend.
Okay.
So most of the time I work through the week, and on the weekends I try to, I go to the track, and after I do the track, I try to do the weight room after the track. So basically, and of course I pick like another day in within the week after I get off work to
Yeah.
do a track workout.
Yeah. Okay.
So I like to,
So
like I said, I like to be on the track like at least 3 times a week if I can get it in, because like you just said, I'm a busy individual. So
yeah. So if you could go back, would you do anything a little differently in regards to your health and fitness?
honestly, no, because I learned. It was a lot of learning going on. You always got to, take those down times as lessons. So I learned, you learn a lot as you continue to do your own self improvement.
So if you could bottle your secret to health and fitness and motivation and kind of all of it together that keeps you going, I call it your secret sauce. If you could bottle that for the rest of us to help us out, what would you say it is? What's in there?
In reality, I would just tell a person that don't try to aim for perfection, because that's one of those things that you have to realize that no one's perfect. You're gonna make your mistakes. You have to be vulnerable, and you gotta be real with yourself. So that's what I would say as far as a secret sauce, which really shouldn't be a secret sauce, but we had those times when we're working on a craft or a hobby or something you love to do, and you want it to be a certain way, but you got to realize sometimes it's not going to end up that way, and you got to be okay with it.
Okay, we're going to lighten things up just a little bit here and have some fun and do some rapid fire questions. Okay, find out a little bit more about you. All right, you ready for this?
Oh, okay, I guess. This
Okay,
is,
so you need to get pumped up today for your workout. What's the workout song you're going to put on?
I'm going to say Eye of the Tiger, because, it's all about the thrill of the fight, the passion for the glory. So, yeah, I'm going to say Eye of the Tiger.
Okay, you guys are all killing me. You really are, because now you're about the fifth person now that has said that. So I think somebody's putting you guys up to it and messing with me, but I'm going to go with that.
It's an epic ballad, man. It's one of the greatest motivating songs of all time, man.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, how about your favorite way to travel? Trains, planes, or automobiles?
Planes, because I'm lazy.
Who's your favorite superhero? And then the second part of that question would be if you could be, if you could have any superhero's powers for a day, whose would you want?
Now, when I was growing up, I used to think Wonder Woman or Superman. Right now, Spider Man, because I find myself doing a lot of spider stuff lately. So I would say Spider Man is one of my favorite heroes, because I think as the versions evolve, Spider Man has become cooler and cooler over the years. So we're gonna go to Spider Man.
Yeah.
As far as superpowers, I would like to have Storm's powers from X-Men.
Speaking of movies, what is your favorite movie?
One of my favorites. Oh, and there's so many to choose from, but I would say Black Panther.
Last one. Who is your favorite all-time track and field star, and why?
Well, the first one who motivated me to do track and field was Wilma Rudolph. Wilma Rudolph, because she had a great story about how she overcame polio and went to the Olympics, got multiple medals. I admired her so much that I played her in a Black History play while I was in elementary school. So that's how I really found love for track and field. Now my favorite star right now, you talking about recent times, I guess I'm into the personalities. The young track stars that are out here right now, they're bringing the personality back just like they did in the 90s with the Maurice Greens and Michael Johnsons and people like them. So I'm gonna say some of my personality favorite, I guess it's gonna be Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah.
Because it's just something about her style, and she has that it factor right now. So
Easter, thanks so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you taking the time to tell us a little bit about what makes you an Autumn athlete that's not done yet. I'd like to close up today by giving you just a few minutes to address our audience with any final thoughts.
I would say that whatever you do your version of your best. Don't worry about what other people have to say about you doing what you decide you want to get back to doing. Like I know when I started back with track and field, people were probably saying that you must be crazy. You're probably too old to get back out there. But you know, you have to tend to tune all of that out and just focus on if it's something that you want to do. And if it's something that you want to do, it don't matter what other people think.
Well, there you have it, Autumn athletes. Some great advice from Easter Grant. She is definitely an Autumn athlete that is not done yet. Remember, keep moving, create your own goals, and train hard to achieve them. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Okay.